You want answers?
I think I'm entitled to.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel, folks. It is 0 Dark 30, and I am out of the bunker, on the loose. And man, we got something to talk about here, folks. We always examine the world. And this morning, I thought, what the hell are they saying over there? These communists, these socialists, these anti-Americans, what are they saying? Right? And I keep going, well, the Constitution is the law of the land. So why are they fighting it? How can they believe what they believe, knowing that we have a Constitution, we have laws, we have rules that have been in place for centuries? How can they go against them so radically? No free speech, no guns, no privacy, no security, no border protection. Destroy the, how can they say all these things and believe them? I'm like, what the hell are these people thinking? They're in bizarro land. Absolute bizarro land. How can they think this shit? I mean, seriously, how can they be that crazy and just deny reality, the existence and pre-existence of law, culture, tradition, etc.? So I was like, all right, I'm going to go down this rabbit hole, I guess. And I clicked on Drudge.com. Drudge, which used to be run by Matt Drudge, which used to be an incredible news hound, investigative reporting, alternative perspective, right-wing guy. He sold Drudge. You know, kind of like Twitter was purchased by, well, none other than Elon Musk, right? Well, Drudge was sold. It was bought by a bunch of left-wing, shall we say, three-quarter brain-dead brain cells. And it is marvelously left-wing. And I just read the headlines to start. Top of the news is, what's the deal with Musk? Folks, this week, Elon Musk, his son had an attack occur. The automobile he was being transported in was jumped on. He was attacked by radical leftist ding-dong fruitcakes. How did that happen? Well, mainstream media, and we're talking, folks, CNN, NBC types, news anchors doxed him. They revealed where he was. This is no longer the antics of children. Doxing is no longer the technique of Antifa and other violent, radical, leftist dipshits. Doxing, or revealing the location, identity, and information of private individuals, is now being done by mainstream media, correspondents, and news personnel. Sounds pretty radical, right? And we're not talking about a public figure like Trump that everyone knows, or Nancy Pelosi's husband's hammer time hangout. No, we're talking about just regular everyday people. So they doxed Elon Musk's son. Sounds, remarkably similar to the doxing and attacks that Barron Trump got, right? Where they tried outing him. They threatened him with sodomy and all manner of vile attacks, right? Because his dad was Donald Trump. Well, they reveal Elon Musk's son, and then some idiot shows up. So raise a sneeze. Elon Musk's idiot opponents show up and try and attack his son. So Elon Musk's response. What power and authority does he have? Well, he controls Twitter. So he says they have an anti-doxing policy that is revealing people's private information for the purposes of social and political control, restraint, and attack. Is Twitter doesn't allow you to dox people. I think that's the same policy that YouTube has. that Facebook has, that all social media has, and they tell people, be careful about revealing your information. Could be dangerous. So, folks, Elon Musk bans these mainstream media, news and journalist employees. He bans them, bars them, kicks them off of Twitter. And the left-wing media, Drudge, reports it as, what's wrong with Musk? Is he not taking his medication? Crazy, right? That's how they present it. Because he wants to protect people's identity and safety. He is not on his drugs, his proper mental drugs. Is that the left's solution for everything, folks? Well, if you don't think the way we do and act the way we do, well, you must need more medication. Well, surprise, folks. That really is how they think. Everything should be controlled with medication. From your HIV outbreak to your skin symptoms to, I don't know, to your state of mental being. If you're not left enough, you must not have enough drugs in your system. Seriously. If you don't feel guilty enough about slavery that occurred hundreds of years ago, then you need to do something like take another drug so you feel properly guilty and then hand your money over to these fuckers. Folks, the left lives in a totally different world. It is a bizarre world, for real. I read the headlines. I couldn't take the perspective, though, because they're truly idiotic. Truly idiotic. I mean, let's do a little flash, and they've been living here forever. Flashback. Last year, Dr. Fauci told a child that he personally went to the North Pole and gave Santa his Jim Jones juice, personally, so it's safe for Santa to do his job. So we take a child's fable, and Dr. Fauci inserts himself into the non-reality. Yeah, I get why he wanted to make a kid feel safe. I get it. But inserting himself into a child's fable, a myth, so he becomes a mythological figure himself. What, in 5 years are we going to be told, Santa nearly died, jingle bells, and Dr. Fauci saved the day. He saved the world. Savior. He's the savior. Right? Jesus Fauci showed up in the North Pole and fixed Santa Claus. Everything in their news stories, folks, is designed. I mean, you want to talk about misleading. They leave out the important facts, right? How about this one? Restaurant worker shoots customer. Police don't arrest him. That sounds like a left-wing story. Guns need to be banned because restaurant worker shoots customer and police don't arrest him. That sounds outrageous, right? That sounds ridiculous. All I did was take a real event, right, and report it like a left-wing idiot would. Well, how about if the restaurant employee who shot customer did so in response to being beaten across the head, pistol whipped by that customer who was robbing them, and in an effort to protect himself, save his life, he shot the bad guy, right? He shot the real criminal, so he's not being arrested for self-defense. But that is how the left thinks. They skip the facts. They skip the logic. They skip the reasoning. They skip over all of that and look to their agenda. That is precisely, folks, precisely how they look past our traditions and our culture. That is precisely how they look past history and the Constitution. They just look past it, or they don't even get there, and they just think about what it is they want, and then complain about the world that they're in, and demand that everyone give them what they want, like petulant children. That's how this works. That is bizarro land. Read the news headline. Facts, or only cite the evidence that matters to them. Now, I know a lot of people can claim, hey, Republicans do that too. Oh, I've seen the stories that are just ridiculous. I've seen them. I get it. Oh, well, that's misinformation. That's why we need to censor and silence them. No, you don't. No, they're not hurting anybody. They're reporting things fine. Now, if we could say, folks, that censorship is a good thing because it stops misinformation and disinformation, which is dangerous. Folks, freedom is dangerous too, but so is slavery. Right? It depends on what part of the story you want to report, what part of the facts you want to accept, and what the agenda is that you have. Now, I don't think Democrats would like it very much if we banned and outlawed every single homosexual on the planet. Made it a crime, a jailable offense. Well, like it is in Muslim countries, but they won't tell you that. They don't want to play that game. But still, if we did that, they'd be like, you can't do that. We have rights and freedoms. First Amendment. You can't tell us what our religion has to be. Look what they're doing. Look what their religion is. Their religion is communism. Their religion is collectivist mentality based fear-mongering agenda and horseshit. That's theirs. I don't accept it, and I think they are the most dangerous because they're the ones willing to commit acts of violence. Right? Free speech, have at it. Folks, we're in for one hell of a ride. Welcome to Christmas Bizarro land. Right? We're in deep, deep kimchi here. Are you prepared? Chance favors the prepared mind. I recommend food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. You know, just in case you get pistol whipped in a restaurant and you need to save yourself and others. Silly communists. Well, they're dangerous communists because they're in positions of authority. Folks, they drink their own Kool-Aid on top of the Jim Jones juice, and it's rotting their brains. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The thoughts just keep coming to me that they are so impressionable, Democrats. They're so easily misled, these average fools. That is how the mainstream media controls them and convinces them to believe their bullshit. All they need to do is read a headline and they're convinced. Skip the facts. Just be a good little commie-crat, Democrat, socialist, and all will be fine. Uncle Joe Biden and Santa Fauci will take care of you. Crazy. Just crazy.